What up, Magic Man Nation? It's your boy Magic Man and
Swifty. Wow, why the fuck did I do that?
Here we got a nice Madden game with Tennessee Football Titans. They're a good team, fun team to use. But enough with that.
Oh, I thought you was about to take that to the house.
Yeah, right. I had a white boy back there. I gotta switch that one up. But first play of the game. You think Chris Johnson is gone?
God.
Wait. What just happened?
Oh.
Chris Johnson caught #Illuminati. But we want to talk a little bit about some real life football.
Good throw.
Yeah. You know I was keeping nice with that with my balanced offense, but we want to talk about the Miami Dolphins, and you guys already know.
Boom! Sit the fuck down. I'm sorry, I had that shit in there. God damn, he killed him.
His
soul, dog.
He probably had a touchdown if you look back at it if he just went straight, but everyone wants to get to the outside. But we want to talk about Richie Incognito, Mr. In Disguise. As I forgot who put it, Dick in Disguise. But what are your thoughts about that whole situation? It's kind of a confusing thing to follow, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I can understand, the players might feel like, well, Jonathan Martin's a grown-ass man. He shouldn't, go crying about emotional issues and stuff like that. But at the same time, you really can't say that because, I've taken a lot of psych classes to know that, like, you can't mess with somebody's mind. And that's probably something that happened to him when he was a child, like he probably had like emotional abuse or anything like that. Like, you don't know how that man was when he grew up. So small stuff like that can affect him, And I feel like, I understand how the players are like, Incognito's not a racist, but at the end of the day, you heard the voicemail.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. You heard the voicemail. I thought the voicemail completely crossed the line. Getting back with that psych thing, everyone has different personality. That's what I just had a test on this morning, psych, about different personalities, different emotional states, and different like cognitive learning things. And not everyone is the same way, and that's what I think these football players think. Everyone has to be tough. Everyone has to be some like abusive, like bully type kind of figure. Everyone has to be mean and all that stuff. But Jonathan Martin is more of a passive guy, It's just like I don't even know what to believe. Like the Dolphins players are backing up Incognito because they can relate more to him because they're the same type of personality. They don't really understand how Jonathan Martin thinks or feels or really what's really going through his mind. But
yeah,
it's just.
And just to piggyback off that a little bit, like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like this dude called him a half nigger piece of shit, said he was gonna shit in his mouth, that he's gonna kill his mom. How can you defend somebody who says that? Like that's just my goddamn get up, Chris Johnson, CJ2K.
Yeah, he went off this game.
I don't get it. Like he called him a half nigger piece of shit, said he wanted to shit in his mouth and he was gonna kill his mom. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're heckling, if he's a rookie. You don't talk like that, all right? Everybody knows the traditional thing is to make a rookie carry your pads. That's it. But now they got him fucking paying for $20,000-$30,000 dinner tabs and all kind of crazy shit like that I just don't think is right. But, we want to know what you guys think. I don't give a fuck about Richie Incognito. I think he's a horrible player. He's dirty. He was a cancer on the Rams. Exactly why they got rid of him. Tony Dungy said it himself. And it's just weird how the media can stir stuff because everybody was like, oh, Richie Incognito's a bad person. And then as soon as the players start defending him, it's all like, oh, now Jonathan Martin's the wrong person. So, it's like, who do you contribute it to,
Yeah, and I hate that, a player's performance on the field overshadows how cancerous or how terrible they are off the field. Like this. If a terrible person had this type of personality and this type of history of things, he'd be out of the league, no problem. But they will overlook all these terrible things that these people with some talent do. I don't even know what for. I'd rather have a high character guy on my team than a person who might be a little bit better, but is you don't even know what he's getting out of him. I just think he's like a complete nutcase.
Yep. And just to go off that too. God damn, he got laid the fuck out again. But just look at Marshall Henderson on Ole Miss, for example. You know, he's a good player, excellent player. You know, 20 points per game, but he's a pothead who can't stay out of trouble.
Oh God,
So
he is
that's
so
something you
annoying.
just and like when you look at Ole Miss, you're not even thinking about how good they are. You're just thinking, oh, Marshall Henderson, the pothead who shoots a lot of threes. So believe it or not, somebody's always watching you. So just think about how like fans might feel like, oh, you're letting this guy Richie Incognito play, and he's dropping the nigger bomb and shit. And I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it might affect a lot of people. So you don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to say one more thing: the Saints are getting their ass whipped in this game. Let me just add that in there.
Yep. But yeah, my biggest problem was all the players taking Incognito's side without knowing the full story. There's still different things coming out. I've heard people call Incognito the victim. As I lay him out again, and he's
And then Mike
done.
Gold was all like, "Be a grown man and fight."
That
Brah.
was, oh
And
God, he is so ignorant and
yeah,
just
and then Chris fucking Carter was like, "Oh, if you're a football player and you can't deal with this, then the NFL is not cut out for you." Listen, not everybody in the NFL is a savage with like shark
yeah. You
teeth,
don't
and
have to
that's
be the same way. There is no prototype. Like you have
yeah.
to be this, or else you're not going to be in the league. It's one of those things that doesn't make sense. But what else? Yeah, like everyone making out him being the victim, Incognito, and then the coaches apparently told him to do this. I don't see how like bullying someone and like trying to make them tougher will make them a better football player. How about you tell them like, here's the fundamentals of blocking? You know, no common sense these days. It has to be all about violence. But I need the fundamentals of how to record a Skype call without it cutting off. But as you see, you hear that music in the back. CJ2K hears it because it's a swift quit. How about we call those magic poofs? Now you see them, now you don't for me. Let us know if you like the video. Leave any teams you want us to see us play, any different games that are fun that we should check out. But that is it for this video, guys. We'll see you next time. Magic Man out. Now you see me, now you don't.